And then I need remove you. Whoops. Come here, you. Remove Fathom because I don't need it. Oops. There we go. Okay. I don't need that. I need that. I need that. I want that. Oh, I could get that. I wonder if that's done now. Mhm. 2025 with your marketing. Yes, please let me know who you are. That'll be great. So if you are an Aaron McVaugh, and I know for 2025, 2025. Forward because we have a lot happening today.
SEO and this new thing, AEO. It's basing this deep dive on
So
this
you'll have to go to this. It's cute.
How can you optimize your blogs for both SEO and
Here. Let me get into here.
Hello,
Hello.
how are you doing? I apologize, I'm a few minutes late.
That's okay.
It's always that one meeting that gets you screwed up.
Yep, that's okay. That's okay. So, um,
Uh,
tell me what you would like to accomplish from this meeting. So
okay,
I'm not ready.
that's
I don't have my tablet out. Okay, so go ahead.
so I would like to start off by saying I would like to edit some of the keywords we have that you sent because some of them I don't think are actually really I'm trying to find the list you sent me from last week. It just got buried.
Oh, I have it
Um,
here. I can pull
okay.
it up.
All right, where's the meeting?
Wait. I have to share here. That would be good. Share. Okay. Let me get this out of the way. Move you up. Can you see?
Yeah,
Okay, got it. So these are our search keywords.
like you keep
So
going down.
some are items that Google provides to us, the suggestions, uh,
Uh-huh.
and so look at, and I'm looking at this as an all-time. These are all the keywords, from day one. We can go back and look at, you know what, I'm going to do the last 30 days only because I do want to. Lawyer, really, although we have clicks on it, so maybe we should just leave that. Go ahead.
Like if you go down lawyer, law, farm, it says law farm, or is that law firm? The one with the zero clicks, some of these zero clicks,
Well,
like
we can,
look up court case, look up legal case, judiciary court case, civil court case information. Like they're like four we could knock out and put in with something better.
okay, so
Search
let
up
me,
court cases, you know, um, these are all zero clicks. So,
sure.
um,
Okay, that one's gone.
car accident lawyer in Montgomery County, that should stay, even though we're not getting hits on that. Car accident lawyer, PA, wrongful death lawyer, those things are good.
Those are
Pers
good.
Personal, find a civil court case.
Well, and I'm saying too, with these, even though there's zero clicks,
Uh-huh.
okay, right now, the reason this is a zero click is because we need to narrow the scope. So in other words, put the county in there instead of PA.
Right. So maybe it says wrongful death attorney, Montgomery County.
Yeah.
Um,
Are all of his in Montgomery County?
no, it's in Philadelphia. He's in Chester County. He's in Delaware County. And
Well, let me write all that down because I can actually build off of those.
so he is in Philadelphia County.
Philadelphia County.
Yeah, which is the city. It's just
And then you said Chester and Delaware. Anything else?
um
Because that's why these can be tweaked to be better.
I mean I excuse me. I mean, he's in Bucks County sometimes, but it's not really his stronghold.
Oh, okay. Well, let's focus on what we know and then build off of that.
And then what we want to do is get rid of a lot of these that aren't going to be, like you can't go to his website and look up a case or look up a court case,
okay, so
find
get rid of
civil
that.
court case, those type of things. And instead of adding more, I think if we subtract, we can then add in the motorcycle stuff that we want to add in
Right.
from just a process of elimination
Okay.
of
And I have
substitution.
those ready to look at as well.
And then, like find court case information, look for court case, like where like that
Remove.
that can go. Find court case information. We're not going to find that on his website. That's a county thing,
Okay.
Find a legal case. You're not going to find that.
Anything find.
Yeah.
I'll make a note of that.
Or like look up legal cases, look up court case,
Okay.
civil court case information. I mean, excuse me. All that is going to come from the
That's
county.
more clerical.
Yeah. That's going to come from like the pathonetary's office or something.
Yeah. Those are their keywords.
Yes.
Oh, I will say this, we have absolutely nothing on here for divorce.
He doesn't do divorce.
But what happens is, and why we provide them is if he actually his ads were shown to divorce case situation. Let me see. Anything else here? Find case law.
Find case law. You're not going to find case law on his website. That's a whole nother attorney firm question case, legal cases, auto injury law, DUI, wrongful lawyer, law firm, legal cases. I think is weird, right? But I guess someone's going to be look. I have a legal case, and they're going to type that in.
Yeah,
Maybe injury law firm, personal injuries law firm, civil
those
court.
are all good.
Yeah, they're all good. Injury compensation, DUI lawyer. Sorry if I'm reading fast.
Oh yeah, go right ahead.
I'm just trying to make up for my 5 minutes.
You're
Um,
funny.
And then I don't know what else we have up top. Is that the top?
That's it.
So,
We have a small core of keywords, and the reason is we have a small budget.
I mean that he's not going to budge on the budget. I'm going to tell you right now.
Yeah.
So that's
my feeling is that he could do. Is he comfortable with the results?
I mean, if I'm going to be honest, no, because we're not getting any hits anywhere across the board right now. Right. And I'm handling the social media, and I'm handling the stuff that we're doing with the radio station and their social media department. And, he feels like he's spending money, and, we're not getting the analytics that we need for the money that he's putting out. He really wants to get into the,
I have to see if I have his analytics and I can look at them.
I mean, this is the first time I got your name, or else I would have been in contact with you like 6 months ago.
Well, he always has. I got to a point because I'm sort of coming in after he was used and abused by another company that frankly, I've got to tell you, I've never, what they were doing to him and with him. I just wanted to go and get him.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't getting all his emails. His emails were going to them, and they were sending him other, certain emails.
That's
It
weird.
was very wrong. I have so many emails because we have so many accounts. So hang with me. I'm looking to see if I've got his. Uh, we have. I'll have to see if it's under my daughters. Because I think I've gone through everything. One, two. Oh, I know it's not under there. Yeah. I want to look at the Google Analytics because one of the things with the Google Analytics, you can then look and see it will show what's happening with Google Ads coming to the website. If we have results coming to the website and you're not seeing anything, what that's telling me is, let me get out of here. This is not going to help us. It's telling me that the landing page that we have for the website is the problem. Okay. So in other words, say, over a course of a month, he's having 100, 200, 300 click-throughs to the website. We're not doing something on the website for them to want to do a follow-up. Okay.
Right. And I know what we're spending with the marketing end of it, with the radio and the social media aspect with the radio. So we're doing that two-tier with the radio, where we're doing the on air and then the digital piece. Like we should have a ton of traffic coming in through that on just the socials.
Okay, so on social media, what are you doing? Are you doing Facebook ads or organic?
Facebook ads.
Good. And are
Um,
you doing,
and I'm doing organic on my own.
okay,
Just
are you doing, I've never looked at his social media because, again, I'm totally fearful of even having any of these discussions with him because he doesn't get past being upset.
right.
Like I'm having I could tell from my response to you and your response to me that you're open to discussion. So I appreciate that.
That's why I'm
Yeah,
working for him and helping him out.
yeah.
So
Okay. Well,
I'm a
I'm
little bit
gonna
more level
do
headed
with
on this.
Google Analytics. Um, well, let me do this. I want to make sure I'm
Because the problem is that my guys at at 97.5 are telling us with
MM.
digital that we should be getting a lot more through traffic. And I'm not sure why it's not showing the results because I see a ton of it, you know, in that corner. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like it's the ads that just pop up. Like he comes up all the time. So we
So he's
should be
coming
get
up at the top, but then what's telling me is, um, and let me look at the ads. And that's another thing. I want to go through the ads themselves. Come on. That's the ad schedule, the content. Okay. What is this?
something.
Oh, there's okay, no worries. Um, where are my campaigns? Ads. There we go.
Hold on 1 second. My dog's getting into something he shouldn't be.
Oh, okay.
Thanks. Let's go. Sorry about that.
That's okay. So, one of the things that, okay, so we have the final URL is going to auto accidents. So my feeling is this might be, let me go here. Okay. Okay. So what I am going to do is go back into here.
Uh-huh.
This is called a responsive search ad. Do you know what I mean by that?
Not in those terms, but I
Okay.
probably do in a different way, if that
Okay.
makes sense.
So a responsive search ads are that what it does is this is all car, drunk driving, DUI. Okay. This ad is going to everything related to car accidents. Now, my feeling is that what we might want to do with that is like we have them, you might be interested in slip and fall, okay? All the way down at the bottom, all here, okay?
Right.
We have the submit your case all the way down at the bottom. So if somebody's in a car accident and they said, contact Mandraccia,
Mhm.
I'm going to have Annie with monthly optimization, with what you guys do, put a short form over here.
Yes.
Just instead of this, you might be interested in. No, you're not. You're here for car accidents. So put the call to action at above what we call above the fold.
Yeah, even if it's just like a brief intake of just name, phone number, email address,
Yeah,
and like,
yeah.
auto accident or personal injury. Like,
Well, what I'll have her do, they don't even have, maybe they can, well, we don't want them to put what it is until they call you, until
yes,
you get that.
let's just have them.
So
I
short
think
intake.
it's increasing the volume from the socials to the website, and then the website, and I feel like everything's dying at the website for
Yeah,
some
yeah.
reason.
Name, phone number, email,
Yeah,
and that's it.
that's it.
Because what I'll have Annie do is this will say, let us, like have some kind of a call to action, let us know and we'll get
Right.
back to you
And
within,
that should either go to an account that Jen in his office gets daily,
okay, okay,
or his paralegal gets daily. Um, whether it come, or they get it as they come in, so they can make those phone calls. I don't work in the office. I work out of my home. This is a
okay.
part-time
So
gig. So
Shannon,
Jen,
Jen, you said Jen.
Jen, and I
Okay,
don't know his paralegal's name. I apologize about
that's
that.
all right. We know Jen.
So
Uh,
even if it's just Jen, because she's the office manager,
yeah,
have her
yeah,
be
we work
resp
with her.
have her
Yeah,
be responsible for the intake of all these and follow
right.
up, and then she can delegate accordingly if she wants to. But that way, there's one person accountable for all those things coming in, so it can be tracked that, okay, this was hit on the website, it was submitted to Jen's inbox, or you come up with like, if she's more comfortable with a separate inbox for just all intakes, so her regular inbox isn't flooded, fine. But however we decide to do that, and that
Okay.
can be a conversation between you and Jen, um, then great. Like, it could just be like website at mandraculalaw.com,
Yeah,
um,
I can't remember if they do they have, um,
or mmattorneys.com.
no, do they have Outlook for their email or Google Workspace?
I think it's Google Workspace.
Okay, so if they have you know what, I think I set that up because of what had happened to the other company. I set it up for them. Um, so what we could do, because again, I know your dad's frugal, is create an alternative email called intake.
Mhm.
And then, like, I'm a Google Workspace person. And then label it, and it can pop over here. And like here, where you see this is darker than the
Right.
rest, there's an unopened email in there. Okay?
Right. And I would
So
just make
it-
sure that that is
Up to the top
up
in
to the
red.
top and it's something that you and Jen are on the same page about.
Right, right. I'll talk to her about,
And I don't think he's necessarily frugal. I think he's been burned a lot. And I think
I know.
he wants to
Yeah.
see his ROI. And he's
Mhm.
not seeing it. He's spending money to get volume in, and it doesn't seem like anything's working right now. So I think
Right,
he's like, I don't want to spend another dollar till what I'm spending is starting to yield some results for me. So
right.
I do understand that frustration.
Yeah, I get it.
Um,
I get it. And, at the same time, is what you're doing on the radio making sense? Like, um, can you
and
hold for 1 minute?
the radio's doing what it should be doing, as it's creating a vibe and putting his name in people's heads. Like,
Okay.
so they hear the commercials. I have friends that just say, "Hey, I just heard your dad on the radio. I heard your dad on the radio. I heard your dad on the radio." And that is kind of like
Well,
a
that's
name,
lunacy. That's not.
and then we're running that, I call it a subliminal social media marketing, where, those ads just pop up if you mention the name. How people always say that your computer's listening to you. That those type,
Geofencing.
what's that? Yeah, we have a huge geofence going on, all
Mhm.
that stuff, and we have it over the sports complexes during games. So if someone gets in an auto accident after a Sixers game or a Flyers game, and they put auto accident, Mandraccia law is number one that comes up on that search
Oh,
during
that's
that.
great. That's great.
So
Good.
we're optimizing that end. But for whatever reason, and this isn't I'm pointing the finger at anybody. This is just what I've noticed and why I said we need to have this conversation,
Sure.
was that I feel like hand A and hand B are not communicating properly. And maybe I should have been more aware of your existence, but no one really told me that you existed.
I
So
do
I'm like,
exist.
what's that? Yeah, I'm like, who's this? Why
Who is this
why
and
aren't I
why is
aware of this person? This would have helped me 6 months ago. I could
yeah,
have had you in on our calls with the radio station, and
yeah, yeah,
we could have cried a cross-branded meeting like that.
sure, sure.
Um, because we need
Absolutely. Well,
everyone needs to
you know me
talk.
now.
I will. Um,
You know me now. And the thing is, I will go through for the motorcycle injury. I'll
mhm,
create an ad specifically to that as well. While I'm talking about that, I use a pro, a product, I guess you could
mhm.
say, that what it does, it's called Answer the Public, created by Neil Patel, who is like the guru of SEO.
Uh-huh.
He created this. What I did was I put in motorcycle injury along with Mandraccia,
Mhm.
um, with the website and whatnot. And it provided me with what are the top levels. Don't pay any attention to cost per click. But what we'll look at is, and it does have some things in here because it was just being wonky, where I'll change them and include the counties as
Okay.
part of what we put in. But my focus really is from this point, you know, it's the motorcycle injury lawyers, um, and things of that nature, the near me, those types of things. Um,
Right. And then motorcycle
Below
accidents, I guess.
this, um, party lawsuit, injury, settlements. I'm not even going to pay attention to the zeros at all when I'm going through it. So
I don't know if you're a dog or cat person, but I
I'm both.
rescued what?
I'm both.
I rescued my dog about 7 months ago. She's about
Uh,
10 month old. And I'm like, I want a 1 year old. I don't want a puppy. And then they send me up this picture of this handsome Mastiff mixed puppy. And I'm like, oh, I love him. I gotta get him. So I got him. I have one throw pillow left in my house because he's eaten every single throw pillow. He goes through all his bones and then he just stares at me like, where's all my toys? I'm like, you just destroy them. Like
You need to get one of those
I
big,
can't buy him quick enough
elongating
for him.
bones. That's what you need to
I
get.
give him I buy him cow femurs. You know the
Yeah,
cow
yeah,
bones you used to cook with, the big ones? That's what I
yeah.
buy him.
Oh my
And
God.
then they're gone in like a week.
Yeah, yeah.
His
Oh,
head's like that big. It's bigger
yeah.
than my head.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Mastiffs are huge. Yeah, they are.
Sorry. I just
You
had to
got your
pick up
work cut
another
out for
throw.
you. So these are going to be what I'm going to add.
Right.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right.
And let's do that. And then let's
Yeah.
give it I just don't want him to think that the radio is technically failing him. And I know you have a heart out and so I won't take up too much more of your
Oh,
time.
that's okay. Yeah.
I don't want him to think that one or the other thing is failing him. For whatever reason, they're just not talking. I feel like
Yeah.
the two
Yeah.
sides aren't talking and we need to like figure out how to get that.
And one of the things I use short codes that have UTMs to them, so it tells us where it's coming from.
Hmm.
That gets added to the website too, not to the website, but to links. Every link for me, I use Bitly, and it like I
Right.
can show you what I mean by it. So keep this in mind as like the radio, and you're creating a new design or anything of that nature. Like behind all of mine, this one is the Warehouse of Hamburg is having an Easter dinner. So on theirs, if you notice, this long link has the UTM
Hmm.
of source, and it's ICI, which means it's being done by our creative. And then the
Hmm.
medium is Facebook, and then the event is Easter dinner, dinner buffet that they're doing. But then the Bitly is just a short code that takes you to
Right
their
there.
events, and that's it. So the short code is, and then in Bitly, why I like Bitly is one, I can get I've paid for this version of Bitly on purpose. But see now the engagement that I just did, this
Right.
hasn't even been promoted. We're starting the ads today. So that's why, there's one because of me just doing it. But the QR code, it'll tell us where it is, who how it's being referred. And this is an upgrade scenario. We won't need to know that, but what will happen is it will give me countries, cities, and so on. So the city is probably, well, they're wanting us to upgrade that now. Come on. I found some things that they used to let us have. So little stinkers.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but yeah, the links, we I love links, and
Yeah.
links that are very specific and information that I can go back to Google Analytics and say, okay, that worked and that worked, and they went to this page and that sort of thing. So that's the Google Analytics. I need to find out where that is and share that with you so that you can look at that. Because so often it's one of those things where you may think it's not working, but it is. And maybe us changing just a simple intake form along with the
Hmm.
first thing it says here, that's all it takes. I'm not saying get rid of this. I'm saying push it down and put the intake form first. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're like one or two minor tweaks away from
I know.
really having this optimized.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm kind of anxious to find the Google Analytics account
Cool.
for
So
this.
here's what I suggest
Yeah,
that we kind of like, and this is a good ending point, unless you
yeah,
have more. We kind of wrap it up for today. Um, do what you say you're gonna do, what we talked about, and then maybe next week we do a follow-up. Was that
right.
enough time?
Well, it will take time for the keywords to kick in.
How
Okay.
about 2 weeks?
Let's do 2 weeks.
All right, then you just shoot me an invite in 2 weeks from now.
Okay, so
Um,
that's going to have us in April,
that's fine.
first week in April. Got it.
And then we go from there. And
Yep,
then that way he's not pulling the trigger about getting rid of one thing or another thing.
right,
So we can kind of see how it's working.
right. So with the Google Analytics, once I find that, you're going to, this is another to do for me. Once I find the account, what we'll do is, and if for any reason there isn't an account, all right, which could be because I inherited this website
Right.
and he was very skeptical about everything we did. Okay. But the Google Analytics to me is what helps us know how the radio is doing, know how Google ads are doing, know how the organic reach is doing, know how social media is doing. Because Google now, with having been sued uh,
Hmm.
for you know, taking over everything as far as search and controlling search, they now have to include social search in their data. It used to just be Google that they
Wow.
only gave the information about their YouTube and that sort of thing. Do you have him on YouTube at all?
They do. Fanatic
Okay,
does.
good, good, good. All right. Well,
I don't have time to be in there and record him as much as I would like to.
right,
So,
right.
and he's not really the person that could do that himself. So,
You say about him, did he do a recording for the radio?
uh, audio.
Okay, so you could take the audio and through Canva have like little snippets of even just photos of him and take that audio and make it a video.
Well, they're making commercials for us with his
Oh, that's
voice.
perfect.
So
Yeah,
they are doing that for us through their platform.
good, good, good,
And then
good.
that video will link back supposedly to here.
Okay.
So
Awesome.
that's what
We
I'm
need
confused.
video on here. We need content. One of the things that we do every month so that you know, and
Uh,
probably should get these reports too, is that we do searches of your keywords. So in other words, I'll add motorcycle injury. Well, it'll also be added to us during our organic search of the website. Um, along with that, we do updates to the website on a regular basis. And if we don't get any new updates, we don't we may go in and slightly tweak something, but the thing is, like he has a blog section.
I don't think he
Okay.
uses that blog.
Well, these blogs are so old. I can tell you these blogs are hurting you more than they're helping you.
Just get rid of them.
Yeah, well, we what we'll do is she can hide them and she can have them redirect to a page that makes sense for it.
I mean, Mandraccia McQuirk is so old that that shouldn't even be on the website.
Okay. Yeah, I will tell Annie to do that. That's the next person you need to talk to.
And as far as a blog, these should just be like Charles Mandraccia in the news, or it should, instead of saying blog, it should say
Case
the
studies? No, I guess when I,
our firm in the media,
okay,
something like that. Not a blog. because a blog actively represents in my generation's mind and many others that this is something that someone's on weekly or daily, updating and writing about their opinions on.
Yeah, yeah. So we're going to
This is
take the
the furthest
blog.
thing from a blog.
So
It
we're
should
going to
never,
take,
and I know you guys didn't come up with this website, but it should never have been created as such.
okay. So our firm in the media, I'm going to hold off until you have content for that. Okay?
I mean, I can get some of the commercials from the radio station, and they should
Okay,
be
great.
on here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It just
So what
means
I'm going to do is,
giving myself more work for less pay.
that's right.
I'm dumbing down my salary every day
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
from 0 to -0.
yeah. Yeah. Or why don't we say, since we are on the website, I don't have to say our firm in the media. I'm just going to put in the media,
Yeah, that's fine.
replace.
You do agree though, it's not a blog.
Oh, well, these technically, let me see the length of these. They're not even long enough. They're not even long enough.
It's just, hey, he was announced as the top 100 criminal defense trial lawyers.
See, now that would be in the news, but really, really, it's old news.
It's old news, and like even having a way to like when you go on the homepage, that maybe some of the newer media stuff or newer in the news stuff should be on the front page.
Well, let's look. Home. Okay, so what we do on ours is,
I'm just talking out loud here.
yeah, yeah, well, I'll show you. On ours, we have the recent marketing tips. So what this does is it has, recent marketing tips on it. And yeah, so we could do something like that. Some of ours actually scroll. Like, let me see. Does she have it here? No, she probably doesn't. This is all of our clients. They scroll throughout.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We can't put our clients up,
No, you can't. No, no, I know
but
that. But
but we
it gives
can
you an
put.
idea. In fact, she has this happening for him, where this scrolls
Yeah,
through.
and that's great. I'm not.
Hmm.
I think it's a nicely done website. I just think we need to maximize it
Oh
for
yeah.
profitability
Oh
for
yeah.
everybody because
Yep.
I know my dad and I know how he operates, and he's going to get to a point where he's saying, I'm spending all this money and I'm not getting anything in return. I'm just going to like forget it all, you know?
Right, right, right. Totally get it. Totally get it.
And he's done so much work. Like, I don't know if you talk to him or when you talk to him, but all the boots on ground he's done with the radio stuff and getting, almost a year of that out there. It's like now's the time where we've really built up that name recognition, and it'd be like I'm telling him like it'd be foolish to pull it now because we already spent a year putting the name out there.
Well,
So
and the thing too is I always say to people, you never know when a person needs them until they need you, you
that's
know.
right.
Yeah,
And if you
so he
take
needs to be,
he needs to be there. And
everywhere.
and he's a lot like so similar to like some of these larger construction companies where you only need one or two customers to come through, clients,
Right,
and it's a $4 or $5 million lawsuit, and you're making $1 million, and all of a sudden you
right,
paid for like God knows how many years of all this marketing, all of a
right,
sudden off of one
right.
case.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I just think
So,
if we attack these little things today, these little tweaks, and see how that and change up the SEO slightly, um, then we can get a good read on the Google Analytics in 2 weeks from now, and we
mhm,
see that
mhm.
trend. I think that's going to be a good indication that I think we stepped in the right pond. as to
Okay.
where to make the tweaks at.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do with what we discussed, first of all, we have auto accidents here.
Mhm.
Should include motorcycle. Cause I
Yes.
need, you know, I need that to be on here as well. So
Mhm.
we'll need a motorcycle. To me, it has to be a landing page for motorcycle injuries. Do you want
Let's
to
see.
say injuries or accidents?
Both, right? Motorcycle accidents and injuries.
Right, okay.
I mean, they're kind of one
Maybe
and the
maybe
same.
this should be auto injuries instead of auto accidents. And the reason I say that is auto accidents is such an external word. It's like the overarching, I had an auto accident. That means it's my car and maybe me. Where if it's auto injury, it's me. You know
Right.
what I mean?
But it could be both.
Oh, true. Oh, true, because he takes care of the damage as well.
Right. Because you got
Okay,
to fight
let's
with
leave
the.
that one go.
So it would be auto accidents and injuries
Okay,
as one line. So just accidents and injuries.
okay.
Because you can get in an auto accident and not be injured, but you can
Hmm.
get injured and not, like, you can get whiplash in a car and your
Right,
car's fine because someone hit
right.
their brakes hard. So, that's where
It's both.
the gray
Yeah,
area is.
okay. So we'll do the when I'm doing auto accidents, going to that.
And then we just needed to say auto accident instead
Yeah,
of
I'll
car.
change that. Okay.
And maybe have a picture of them if we can get a stock of a motorcycle in there somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Because I'll make it part of this. I don't want to add another page to it to have to make him pay for another page.
No, no, I
No,
think we
you
can.
won't want to do that.
No,
Yeah,
no, we're just fine tuning what he has right now.
yeah,
That's all.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
All
Mm-hmm.
right. Well, it should be
Well,
this
I've
pleasure
got a
meeting you.
question to ask you.
Yeah.
Could the title be vehicle accidents? Because then I can put auto, I can put truck, you know,
Yeah.
I can put motorcycle all on this one page and really build out the page even stronger. Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, as long as the vehicle, car accident, auto accident,
yeah,
injury, all that, as long as it's
motorcycle.
trending and
Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
Well, I'm going to check with Answer the Public on the word vehicle as well. See if it's as strong.
I just don't feel like it's as strong as
Yeah.
auto.
Yeah.
I think
Well,
auto
it's not
encompasses,
going to change. Changing this word is not going to change this. And that's how people find it
right.
with this. So whatever you have here just helps us be able to use the page uh, more efficiently. You know, we can add things to it. We can add auto, we can add truck, we can add, you know,
And then like that first paragraph says, do you need compensation for your injuries? Have you been in an auto accident? Which is all encompassing. And then you go down to the first line of that and it says car accident victims and their families. So
right,
we've taken away the auto and
right.
went right to
Well,
car.
let me do this though. Okay, we don't have it in here a lot. All right. So what I was doing is checking the word count to
Mm,
the use of the keyword. And we could, let me see how often car is in here. 5 times. So we can change car to auto.
okay.
And we'll still be okay on, let me see my keyword. Let me see my word count on here. Density. Yeah, yeah, we're fine. So it won't be over in the keywords. Wait,
Okay.
so let me see. Accident. Let me see if I can get her to car is there, but we'll put auto in instead. So auto will come up stronger. So, because it's, let me see. Density is 0.4.
And if there's any like additional fees associated with doing all this, just let me know what that cost is because I do have to run it
No.
by him.
So what I'm talking to you about right now, where
Mhm.
it's going to be changes on the website,
Mhm.
every month you have what's called monthly optimization and maintenance. This
Gotcha.
is part of that.
Okay. And I wasn't
I,
trying to be cheap. I don't want to like I don't want to get shot in the ass and then be like, you
yeah,
just got me a bill for how much money?
yeah, no, no,
And
no, 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 no,
then it's
no.
like, all right, you got to pay it now, son.
Well,
So,
that's why I said about maybe keeping that auto, there,
mm,
no problem. But using the word vehicle, which will then allow us to put motorcycles on that page.
I defer to the expert. I'm just giving my
Okay,
feedback. I
yeah,
always defer
yeah,
to the expert unless I
okay,
really have a strong sense on it, and I don't have a
okay,
strong sense either way. So,
all right. Well, that's why and then I lean back on Neil and I say, hey, Neil, how does this work? So I can look at auto, car, motorcycle, and vehicle and see how they all play out. So,
yeah.
yeah,
Well,
do that.
it's been a pleasure to meet you. I wish it was this
Yeah,
meeting would have happened
years ago, huh?
yeah, months ago.
Yeah, yeah,
When I
yeah.
first got onboarded, but better late than never.
Right,
And
right.
I will see you in 2 weeks from now.
Yes, sounds good. See you
All right,
then.
thank you. Have a great day.
Will do. Take care.
Bye now.
Bye-bye. Okay, I need to take care of my stop sharing. And I am off of here.